Hello everyone, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity. So last time we left off, we set up a laser drill, and I ran into a bit of a problem. As far as I can tell, and this is just my guess, well, let me explain what happened first. So we had set up the pre-chargers up there, all fine and dandy, and then I left the world, closed down Minecraft, all that stuff. And then I went to open it again so I could do some stuff off camera. And, well, I couldn't load the world without it instantly crashing on load. So, I had to redo everything we did. So I dug all the way down to bedrock and put the laser drill back in place. Now I think, and this is only based on the fact that I could then close the world and reopen it fine, is that putting down laser drill pre-chargers without the laser drill in the second, or in the middle, and then leaving Minecraft and coming back in causes a bug and will crash your world on start. So do not put down your pre-chargers without also putting down the laser drill, regardless of whether or not you're powering it or anything. Which, by the way, it's not being powered right now. Because we both don't have a sorting system for it, and we don't really have a sustainable power system right now. So, while we wait, these are all still fine, it looks like. You're still fine? Okay. We also got different bees this time, so for the cultivateds that I'm trying to turn into nobles, or pure cultivateds, either one is fine. We got different results this time. I've got a new aspect on the node. It's in furnace. You can see it sort of there at the top, but it's also in the list at the very bottom. So we are now 2 aspects away from 50 aspects on this node. Right now I'm feeding it Cognitio, Ignis, and Herba, 2 compound aspects. I couldn't pass it up. Hopefully we get Herba up to 70. Cognitio, it would be nice to get it up to 20, but I think we'd be lucky to get it to 15. I did do a little bit of off-camera work, not as much as I would have wanted to, because I had to do that as well. I've added Lamp of Growths over both these water puddles things here for hydrating our crops. So we now have, 6 Lamp of Growths, providing accelerated growth to everything here. So I kind of want to get set up on more harvesters now that that's settled, because that would help things go a lot quicker, which would make it a lot easier to produce bioenergy. The problem with making more harvesters, and I did set one up over on the end over there, in case you guys missed him. There he is. The problem with this is I need to make upgrades for all of them. And I think the upgrade tier I have right now is Emerald. And I don't really have a reliable source of emeralds, unfortunately. So that's something we'll have to fix at some point. What I want to do today is I do want to get started on making more power. So we're just going to go ahead and make more bio at bio. No, that's not going to work. At mine factory reloaded. Should be a lot easier to find them here. I'm looking for the purple one. Where is the purple one? There it is. There they are, right next to each other. So, this should be relatively easy. We just need to make one of you. I got all the blood I could out of the thing downstairs, the smeltery, that's what it's called. Although it now has more in it, so that lasted all of some couple of seconds. And today I want to talk about Laser Team. So I got my digital copy of the movie yesterday, and they asked us not to spoil anything, obviously, for very obvious reasons. So I'll probably put off doing a spoiler review of it for a while longer. And instead, I'm just going to tell you what I thought about it. And I liked it. I'm a big fan of how Rooster Teeth tells stories. The way they play their red versus blue storyline, I think, is really good writing. And Laser Team definitely lives up to that, which is awesome. I'm gonna need more of you. I should probably really just turn 16 of you. 16 plastic sheets should be enough to get us started anyway. Although, you know what, honestly, a whole stack would be nice too. I only meant to take one of you. There we go. The Hungry Node is growing like a champ, which is nice. Okay, so that's gonna go in the furnace, and that'll be fine. So yeah, I very much like the writing structure of the movie. I think it was paced well enough. Although there was sort of something that, in terms of pacing, that I thought was a little strange at first, but then it made sense afterwards. So if you think they kind of like jump forward a bit, no, they didn't jump forward. They just didn't. They didn't address something yet. So. So yeah, taking into account the movie as a whole, it seemed to pace just fine. The humor, I think, was on point. Like I said, I very much enjoy their style of humor and writing, so it definitely did not disappoint in that regard either, which was awesome. Okay, we're going to check these guys out. The effects were pretty good. I was kind of expecting a bit worse, to be honest, just because, you know, it was like an indie-made movie and all that. But no, it definitely held up a lot better. Like, I was expecting something along the lines of the CG work they've done with their online series, which sure looked awesome, but they were coming from, you know, video games and sort of cartoon style, right? But no, they didn't manage to blend it in with the real life stuff well enough. Now, I'm not going to say it's like billion-dollar budget movie amazing, because it would be ridiculous to expect that on a $3 million budget. So yeah, it looked good. It was funny. It was paced well, and all that stuff. Let's see. It ended well, which for people who think that the ending is the most important part of the story, I think it ended really well. It didn't feel like it was a forced ending, that it came out of nowhere, or that it was like some just random, this is how it happened kind of deal. And yeah, the acting was on point. At no point did anybody seem like they were forcing something, or that they were what's the word I'm looking for? There's forcing something, and then there's also, it's not exactly the opposite of that, but it's like nobody was clearly not putting in an effort. Like everybody there was there and professional about it, that's for sure. That's the impression the acting gives you, which is always nice, right? You don't want to feel like somebody's like, oh, I'm just here for, you know, the pay at the end of the day. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm working on this. I'm supposed to be working on this, so I need clay. Fortunately, I don't have to go get clay anymore. I can just pull some clay out of my system, which is awesome. Okay. Now, I only need 2 of you. I should have put... Okay, this is all done. Okay, this time I'm going to put you in here. 1, 2, 3... actually, I'll just need 2 of you. So, yeah, the acting was good. It looked good. Story was good. Overall, I very much like it. I wouldn't say that it was... that it'll appeal to everyone, that it's like this, it's going to be a universally accepted, like, super classic or whatever. But as a Rooster Teeth fan, as a sci-fi fan, and as a comedy fan, I very much enjoyed it. So if you fit any one of those 3 bills, highly recommend it. Because sci-fi comedy is definitely a genre that is very much, what's the word? Undermarketed, undervalued, it's not very, there's not very many entries into that genre. Like, I think the only other one I can think of is Galaxy Quest. And that came out a super long time ago. What other sci-fi comedies could I think of? That's a good question. Spaceballs, I guess. So that's like, what? A 90s movie, an early 90s movie, and a late 80s movie? Or 2 early 90s movies? I can't remember when Spaceballs or Galaxy Quest came out. But there definitely has not been an entry in that combined genre in quite a while. And I mean, you could argue that Spaceballs doesn't even count. It's a parody movie, which you could say is an entirely different genre. So, considering how many of those are being made nowadays. Ugh. At some point, it's like people forgot what the word parody means, and they just decided to reskin, basically. Like, it's not the same thing, guys. Okay, I'm actually going to turn all of this into sugar just so I can find a place to put it. Oh, thank God we have 1 brown mushroom still. Okay, fermented spider eye. There we have it. And let's see here. Cool. So yeah, all in all, I definitely very much enjoyed it. And I was looking up reviews of it by media outlets, I guess is what you call it, like actual reviewers. And I came across a review that said it was the best Fantastic Four movie in a while, which is hilarious. A lot of people are comparing it to like the whole Marvel movement right now, you know, with this like a superhero theme deal. But I wouldn't say that it's really in the same market. I mean, yeah, I find it's a very strange comparison to be making. But I mean, I get it, I guess. Okay, you're clearly not going to eat these saplings, so I'm just going to put them back. Okay, so now all I have to do is I have to run the cable from back behind here. Where is my Silk Touch pick? It's back up at the front. So I think the people comparing it to the Marvel superhero movement is... I think they're just extrapolating contexts from it, which makes sense from, I guess, for people who don't really get the process behind the movie, and they think that there's no context outside of the fact that it's being released now. Yeah, I don't know how to phrase what I'm saying. My Silk Touch pick is over here. Like, it's easy to say that everything is an ensemble superhero cast nowadays because of the whole Marvel movement, like they say. But if this movie had come out a couple years ago, like, you wouldn't be calling it a superhero collaboration movie. It would just be a bunch of people who are helping to... Yeah, it's just the ragtag group of misfits making a difference. There you go. That's literally all people would say about it. And because the Marvel universe exists right now, people don't take that into account, and they just say, oh, it's just another entry into this apparently now genre. Which, you know, I don't think is fair to say, but I can completely understand why people would say that. Which is a shame, but... It's not completely unreasonable either, because of the time that it did release, right? Like... To say that the same people who saw those movies are the same people who are going to see Laser Team wouldn't be a stretch, to be perfectly fair. There's definitely going to be probably a large overlap, if any. So, you know, it's not an exaggeration. But I think the point I'm trying to make is that it could sustain itself without that trend being present. It would be fine even if it would stand on its own. It would not need to ride the coattails of the new popular genre, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now I need cables. Now I really don't have enough item conduits, I don't think. But I made a whole ton of pulsating iron by accident, so who knows. Although it is getting really close. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. That's okay. Boop. Okay. So, item conduits, I believe I make with these guys, right? Yes. Perfect. So then all I need is 6 of you, and we're actually almost out of conduit binding. That's amazing. So yeah, for anyone going to see it in theaters today, lucky you. I wish I could have made it to one of the screenings, but that was not an option for me. Because I missed out. Okay, I will take you out here just for a second. And you will be inserting. And you will have the same priority as this guy. Which is 20. Okay. Priority of 20. That's not the right spot. Oh, do I maybe want to start putting in the... You know what? That's a good idea. Do I have a filter in this guy? I do. Okay. How many other crops do I have? That I'm not using. Let's see. I'm not using melons or pumpkins, but I can't really use them without building an auto crafter as well. So really, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So we'll just connect you up then. Okay, and then these 3 can go back over here. And then all I need to do now is get a pressurized fluid conduit to go up and through the middle. Let's just grab them all. And theoretically, it's gonna start getting stuff right away. Yeah, look at that. So this is gonna go like this. And where is my wrench? Not on me. Still away. No, it's over here. Oh. There we go. And there we have it. We're on our way to having a secondary power source. Now all I have to do is put some more things up here, and then I can dedicate this guy almost exclusively to powering our laser drill. Since I don't think I'll need any more than this to power everything else. And if I do, I can always just keep building these things into the ceiling. which reminds me I'm also going to need energy conduits, but that's okay. We'll do that next time. For now, that's going to do it for this one, so thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed all that fun stuff. As always, if you did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. Any and all feedback is very much appreciated, and I love hearing from you guys. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you guys thought. I mean, it is going to be in theaters tonight, so I'm sure some people will have seen it. Although, you know, I'd be pretty lucky if those people also saw my video. But yeah, so I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.